Hello, everyone, and welcome to Music Monday on Stay Woke or Not. That's right, we have stickers and everything under the sun on the website, Stay Woke or Not Co. This is Music Monday, and I would like to introduce my co-host, Mick Familiar.
What's good, y'all? Mike Familiar here for another awesome episode of Stay Woke or Not Music Mondays. How you doing, Dahlia?
Not bad, not bad. Went to the gym, got a little pump, saw what I got to do, and now we got to keep going. You know what I mean? Hustle mode, full activated.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Let's introduce our next co-host. That is a rapper, producer, engineer, video editor, game designer, cat dad, and regular dad. There's a lot of titles to this guy.
Cat Dad, then regular dad. What's up, Iraq Savage?
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? Happy Monday. Happy to be here. Hello.
Nice. Thank you guys. Last week we knew you guys were on vacation, so we had to come back, and here we are. And I'm going to be happy to introduce my new friend, Dru Lira, native to Los Angeles, rapper. Everybody give a round of applause for Dru Lira!
What up?
Welcome.
What's up, everybody?
What's good?
How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Pretty chill. How about your day? How you been?
I've been kind of moving things around because I just moved into a new space.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I got like a whole new studio setup going on.
So you gotta nail that feng shui and whatnot.
Yeah.
I get everything
Are you
sounding,
like
looking,
moving the
feeling
frame
open.
many inches? You're like, no, it's not good enough, and then you move it back up.
Right.
All right. Wednesday comes around, you're like, fuck, I need to move it back.
Nah, just like a new desk, you know, like just putting foam where it needs to be, stuff like that.
All right, cool. So everyone can kind of get a better idea as to who you are. You're brand new to us, and we're brand new to you. Should we play the unreleased song for everybody?
Yeah, man, play it.
All right. Okay, everyone. Let's try to mic up or mute up, and then this one is called Out in California.
Yeah, I see you. I just wanna hold you closer out in California. It would be better for you. I just wanna hold you closer out in California. It would be better for you. I just wanna hold you closer out in California. I know it's better for you.
Yeah, I can take you out to a few places. Landmarks are like girls with their new faces. You see me cruising by, passing by through the city skyline. Before we go there, I wanna know what you finna wear. White tee, red jeans with some bands on your feet. With your cute eyes looking right at me.
I just wanna hold you closer out in California. It would be better for you. I just wanna hold you closer out in California. I know it's better for you.
So what you saying? We can hit it in the deep end. Party all night, party every weekend. Wait until the sunrise comes up. Wait.
All right, I just want to give everybody a little teaser. I don't want anyone to know too much because you got to keep them on their toes. They don't need to know everything. This is the unreleased. Could you tell us a little bit more about the unreleased song that we just heard? Oh, sorry, I muted you because I didn't want to have anything echo. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
So for that one, it's pretty much done. I mean, the plan is to drop it in mid-July next month. So yeah, next month. And I'm planning to do a video for that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, the process behind that one is like, you know, I was working in the studio a lot, and I had this like beat already done, and I was kind of looking for somebody that had like a certain type of voice, you know, like it's kind of like nostalgic therapeutic, but like not too I guess like deep, because I already have a deep voice. So I linked up with my friend. His name is Bread Man, which is on the hook, and he laid it down. And then after that, I was like, damn, I feel like this song is it's already therapeutic from his tone. And then when I came in with the raps, I was like, okay, it's a great combination, and I think it does justice for both teams on this particular like sonic sound, you know?
Yeah, definitely summer vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you make the
definitely.
beat?
Yeah, I produced it as well.
That
That's
beat's
dope.
hard.
Yeah, it sounds like it's definitely like something you hear in the clubs a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
Oh,
I feel like it's like kickback music, riding music, or if you like, I can see
Yeah,
it like
like shit you play in the lounge, like because like when you go to the lounge, the music's
chilling.
playing and like you're just vibing and whatnot. So
Yeah.
definitely a vibe.
Cool. You guys ready to ask some questions? I'm
Oh,
ready
sure.
to ask some questions. Let's ready to get to ask some questions. Irek, take it.
Why did you decide to get into music?
Man, where do I start with that question? So when did I get into it? Well, music has always been a part of like, growing up, being exposed to all kinds of music, not just one specific genre. But I'm coming from being like a fan of music, and then I transitioned into being an artist, producer, engineer, whatever it was that I was really interested. So that's like the start of it, being young, being inspired by like, guys like Kanye West, Pharrell, uh, a lot of the 2000s, mid 2010s, just a
Mhm.
combination hip hop, pop, R&B, you know, a lot of mainstream, but like the good kind, So that's kind of where
Yeah,
the start was of being a fan. And now when I got older, I took it upon myself to just take that initiative and, just start little by little, picking that brick every day, getting better at the craft.
yeah,
it's a different thing like when you're transitioning from just listening to music to doing it. Cause the way I got into music, it was interesting. Like I was recording basement tapes,
Mhm.
and just as a joke, just so I could show my friends and stuff. And then somebody in my class was just like, "Oh yeah, you got a voice for it. You should try it out." So tried it out. It was mediocre as hell because I didn't know what I was doing.
We all
Wait,
start from there, man.
The first
Oh, go ahead.
so it's like when it's a whole different delicate approach for when you're
Yeah,
doing it because now this is about you. It's not just
right.
you're listening to somebody speaking to you. You're
Yeah,
the person behind the scene and from the other side.
yeah. You got to worry about your perspective, how you want to come off, your audience, how you trying to connect.
yeah.
I don't know if this is a future question, but how long were you making beats before you started putting your voice to it, or was you started making beats because you know you were gonna put your voice to it? How did that come about?
That's a great question. For me, I mean, like I said, I came in with the Kanye West method, where like you're an artist, but then you're also a producer. So for me, I always knew that like my beats had to like smack, like they had to hit, and then from that, you know, kind of like what you were saying earlier, about like having a voice. Like people used to tell me all the time, like, man, you have a good voice, you have a deep voice, like you should like mess around and do something with that. And then I would always be like, yeah, like just kind of like thinking like how the approach. And so when I started my musical journey, it was kind of like both at the same time, like the production, because that's the foundation. The beat is like determines the emotion, where the conversation you want to have in the instrumental.
Hmm.
And then simultaneously, some days I'll do the production, some days I'll do the writing, some days I'll do both if I'm really like, have like that creative juice. So that's kind of like my start of like balancing both each out.
Yeah, I definitely get that because like we both make beats too, me and
Yeah.
me and Mike. So like I definitely get it, man.
Cool. I was gonna ask you because you said you like good mainstream. I was gonna ask you what would you feel is bad mainstream.
I mean,
Loaded question.
Yeah, here we go.
Right. I mean, because a lot of people they kind of don't. When you say mainstream, people be like, oh, like like the corny songs or the whack shit, right? Like the songs that are like only good because they're commercial. But I never really looked at it like that. Good music is good music to me. So, if I really liked the tune, whether it was like the groove or like the lyrics or even maybe just something that they said, how they said it, just caught on to me. So, because I never really listened to underground music, so it was always like music that like my family was playing, the radio back in the day, or just like what you heard like where I was growing up. So that's kind of like I guess the reason why I like a lot of like you know I guess mainstream music where it's like very clean cut and beautiful chords and
Bouncy.
Dang, I was
bouncy,
trying to get you to drop names. I was like, this is
bouncy.
bad names.
Drop the names. Drop the
I'm like,
names.
names. That's what I
He's
want.
smart. He's smart though.
I mean,
He's smart for how he played
Yeah,
it.
he totally took it the other way. He's like, nope.
Yeah, I see what y'all doing. No, but I mean, it's like there's no one particular, but compared to like the gritty sound of like the underground, like that's cool. But like like my soul is like very the
I
vibe.
mean, to be real, like I was listening to a lot of that stuff before, like I actually got into taking my shit the different way. Like
Yeah,
I grew up listening to like all the shit that like you heard in the 2000s and stuff like that. And then like when I found underground hip hop, I was just like, okay, now I don't have to imitate Ice Cube anymore. Like, and this is like when I was a teenager and stuff like that. So like,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up like when you say mainstream, I think about like they're the most popular songs. These are soundtracks to people's lives. Yeah, like these songs move people, so it's like there's nothing wrong with it being into those songs because they're the level of like what everybody hears. So I mean, yeah, I grew up listening to all of that, and then I found underground as an adult, and I was like, what the hell is this? So yeah,
It's a different world. Yeah, once they're universally accepted, it's like pretty broad.
I think
and you also gotta my bad. And you also gotta think about it this way too. Like, somebody who could have potentially stayed underground is Tyler the Creator, and look at what he's doing now.
Right. Perfect example.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know. The internet might have lied to me. Maybe it did, but he was like the top grossing rapper of the year or something crazy for like concerts.
I can see that.
He may be. I mean,
he has a great following, so I wouldn't see why.
Yeah, I remember listening to like Goblin, like, damn, this dude's fucking crazy. But like to see where he's went to it's out of control. But then there's underground sounds that are super popular now because of the internet. Like Griselda, Griselda is like that just sounds like all underground, but it's like popular as fuck.
I love Griselda's music. I just happen to go through something that I go through when I listen to Schoolboy Q. It's just sometimes you're never ready for the ad libs because it hits you sometimes when you're not ready. Like
West Side Gun be hitting.
Like West Side Gun, for example, like he could say anything in that voice and it'll be official on the song. It's like tater tots with a lot of sauce. It was Schoolboy Q. It's like his like
bitch in the Gucci side.
Yeah, like But yeah, it's all fun, all in good fun. But yeah, like all of that shit translates over.
Next question, Mick, take it.
What artists influence you?
Drop them names.
Finally, finally, can I get a finally shit? I was trying to get names fucking 10 minutes ago.
It's a lot.
Names.
It's a lot of artists.
I want names.
Damn pressure.
I know. I'll say Kanye West, Pharrell, Drake, Kid Cudi, Dom Kennedy, Nipsey, Michael Jackson, Hit Boy, producer was. Damn, there's a lot, man. I know I'm missing some. I mean, I love TD, Kendrick. The new album is crazy.
Hell yeah.
Who else?
Who else can give
Yeah.
you a song that's basically a couple arguing and make it a record? Like,
Yo,
Oh,
I mean,
I have to hear this
Eminem.
now.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh yeah, see,
no, like
that's where him and
Eminem did it too, but like,
He did it. I
but
think
there's no violence. It's just they're having a real ass argument that real couples have.
yeah. I definitely had that
Wait,
argument.
which
before.
album is this? So what?
Kendrick
This is the
Lamar's.
new Kendrick Lamar album, girl.
Big stuff.
Get on your job.
I'm
Get on your job.
I gotta do my
He's sleeping.
job. I'm fired.
What's it called? What's that song?
Something
called?
in the Big Steppers, like
Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I think you guys are
Silent
gonna
Hill.
like this next question. You guys ready?
Yes.
You know ready. I get to ask the questions now, B. What would you say the difference are between West Coast and East Coast rap?
Ooh.
Mm.
Great
Bam!
question, man.
Shots fired.
Mm.
Below to my bazooka.
Man.
Sponsored by Inappropriate Decisions.
So
I mean,
I'm curious to hear your take because
Yes.
I've had this conversation with my aunt who's on the West Coast, so and
Oh, I
different
mean,
people on the
aunt,
East Coast.
Opinion?
Word.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I want to hear what you got to say, then I'll say
Okay,
my
don't
take.
fucking spoiler. Don't pause the movie and tell me the rest of the movie, okay? This is his take on the movie.
Go ahead.
man, what's the difference between West Coast and East Coast? All right. I'm gonna say that the East Coast, like I guess mentioned earlier, it's a little more gritty. You know, they emphasize on like the attitude and I would say like the words more when it comes to the flow and the writing and even the production because it's all boom bap drums. You know, it's very like it's like more of an attitude over there. I would say from the East Coast, and then from the West Coast is like that bounce, that groove, like like there is still like those drums that knock, but I think West Coast is more of a swag and a vibe than the East Coast MC. So I would say that's like the biggest.
I feel like when it comes to West Coast and East Coast, like from a technical perspective, like yeah, the bounce is definitely there. I find the difference comes down to like aesthetic, like because how you swing the drums, because you know what I mean by swing. How you swing the drums is ultimately like gonna define where the sound is from. Like that, because that boom bap typical shit, that 16th note triplet and whatnot, that is something that could definitely be adopted too in the West Coast because it's been done before. But you definitely notice that like it's more funk influenced and more funk influence, and like New York, it's more jazz influence. So
precisely.
So wait, so you can tell where Logic is from. So he's East Coast, right? Because he's
in a sense, yeah. I would say some songs.
It's just.
Would you say Mac Miller is a little confusing because he's jazz influenced? Just a question.
Well, it's hard to tell now. Oh, my bad.
I have a take on this whenever I can get in there.
Yeah, go for
it. I feel like it's difficult now because so many lines are blurring to tell the difference between an East Coast and a West Coast artist.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna like pigeonhole West Coast into something, we're gonna assume that everybody sounds like Bompton and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's just the quintessential G-funk sound that's come out of, But if we were to unpack like all the artists that were from LA, like it's all over the place. Like there's so many, like Souls of Mischief, Murs, all the greats and whatnot. So
I'm from LA, Southern California.
And
the internet has blurred the lines too, man, because everybody like has access to everybody's sounds. So it's like even slang too, because like when I was a kid, you can like hear the slang and knew where they're from or the beat. That doesn't even matter no more. I kind of like it though, because like I like people not being able to tell where I'm from. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I would to add more on that. Like the internet, it really opened up the floods because it's very universally now. You don't got to be sounding like where you're originally from. You could really like use like your influence from anywhere, because the internet is so your access to all kinds of music. So it's like your influence from everywhere. So it's like, you know, whatever your influence, you make that sound, and eventually it'll be more universal.
Yeah. And also, like, if you're really trying to figure out where somebody's from, just listen to the scenery that they bring up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because if they're talking about like metro environment, it's a blurred line. But if they're talking about something specific like 34th Street, that's New York. If you're talking about, you know, downtown and like graffiti artists and like Venice Beach and stuff like that, and tequila sunrises, then
Jay Carlo
West-
mentions Koreatown and
West Coast.
K-Town, so that's some LA shit for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Korean barbecue, that's LA. Like, you know, like
Yeah. So wait, what were you kind of saying about the boom bap beat? So like East Coast has more of a upswing. Is that what I'm trying to like kind of understand?
it's like, because like with the typical boom bap, it's like you know, and like so like that kick, that ghost note that happens before the snare comes in, the way that it's done, like in some West Coast, not all of it, it's like it's hard to, I don't know if I'm doing it. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, I can't do this shit. Like,
no, you got it. You got something right there, man.
All right, I think we're down to see a music video. What do y'all think?
I was watching Addiction.
That is up exactly what, man. You read my mind. You know that's why you.
I was
here.
Also
that's why
after we watch the video, I'm gonna ask you a question about it. But like,
all right. If you guys can mute up, we are definitely going to watch Dru Lira Addicted official music video. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dru Lira.
Addicted to the game, money and the fame. But when it's all gone now, who you gonna blame? Yeah. Hey. Now who you gonna blame? Yeah. Hey. Watch for them fakes, yeah. Hey. Know what you gonna do? Huh? Buy a couple Louis shoes, yeah. And a big crib and an ass too. Man, ain't that the truth? Nah, yeah. Coming in the game, going all out insane. Remember my name, I used to be left out. Now I'm popping out, showing out. Going hard cause they always got a doubt. Why they gotta hate though? They wanna be like you, man, it's just how it goes. Money and respect, power and connects. And all the hoes wanna be my next. Yeah, hey, bring it back, slow it down. Yeah, got the whole crowd going wild. Hey, by the sound. Yeah, it's getting loud. Yeah, go, bring your hands up. Go, now bring your hands up. Yeah, hey, now make a toast for a real one. Yeah, let's go. Addicted to the game, money and the fame. But when it's all gone now, who you gonna blame? Who you gonna blame? Yeah, hey, you gotta watch for them fakes. Yeah, cause they the ones trying to take your life away. Might fuck your life up, so now you gotta pay. Fuck that, I'm too real to be thrown away. Yeah, and you know I pulled up in the coupe. All black, yeah, with the sunroof too. It's looking real bright outside. Baby, you know what's that? I live vibes. Baby, you know what's that? I live vibes. You know what's that? I live vibes. Hey, bring it back, slow it down. Yeah, got the whole crowd going wild. Hey, by the sound. Yeah, it's getting loud. Yeah, go, bring your hands up.
Yo. That was
so
it.
I was nerding while I was watching this video a little bit. And the one question I had to ask, I'm trying to figure out what neighborhood exactly you're in filming. Because for a second, I'm like, this looks like it could be El Monte, but it also looks like it could be San Fernando area. So, like, I was having a hard time figuring out where it was shot because it's been a minute since I've been in LA. So, where did you film it at? That was my question.
Are you talking about the scenes from like the alley and stuff, where you can see the mountain?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nah, it's not. It's actually not in neither of those places. It's in
Neither.
yeah, it's in Monrovia, my hometown.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Monrovia. Okay, is that where the? Yeah, I used to
It's
drive Lyft and Uber, so I drove all of LA.
damn.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the
I've had
time.
some crazy rides, Anyways, so I had a question, but it's related to a song. So this one we didn't mention. All right, let's just. All right, well, fuck. All right, we're doing this one. Okay, what for anyone that doesn't know, what does SGV stand for?
SGB. SGB is short for the San Gabriel Valley. You know, that's like where
Mm,
Monrovia is at. That's where I reside. You know, SGV, like, you don't really hear much about this valley. It's the very
it's
interesting
quiet.
spot. You know,
It's quiet.
um, it's like you always hear about the valley, which is San Fernando, or like, you know, LA, or like South Central, like, you know, that area. But like, you know, the San Gabriel Valley is still considered in the LA County region because it's not the IE and it's not Riverside, you know, so it's
Yeah,
like,
I stayed in South
y-
El Monte, so like I was like
Isn't
by
there
where
like
like the
it's
border
like a
is.
huge Chinese population, right?
no,
Yeah,
that's
like
in that's in Arcadia and like Alhambra, but you know, Monrovia and like Duarte and maybe like, yeah, like Monrovia, Duarte, like that area is kind of like, because Monrovia is like a small town, you know, it's there's diverse there, but it's not a big city like Pasadena or like LA, you know what I
mm,
mean? It's like right in that pocket. So, you know, to make a song about SGV, like I just feel like, you know, like I see myself being that artist that could break out of this area and like represent, you know, wow, you know, like there's more than just those other places in LA, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
not to like not mention anybody else, but you know, Hit Boy, he's from Pasadena and Fontana, and like that's in this valley too. But like it starts there and it stops there, you know? So it's just
Mm.
exciting to see that, you know, I can be the next.
Y'all educated me because I don't know shit about LA.
Well, yeah, like I'm trying to think where else in San Gabriel Valley I've been to. Like but it's a beautiful view, and the highways views are crazy depending on like where you're driving. Like
Yeah.
um I I feel like because I was in El Monte for like a short period of time, like a year, and I feel like the one thing that like I miss being back east is the family parties. That's what I miss a lot.
Mm.
Like all the kids with the bouncy houses and shit like that, and hearing the drunk mariachi bands at like 10 at night and shit like
There you
that.
go,
I
Like,
lived in
man.
downtown LA. I
That's what's up.
had a little bit of mariachi in my life. And the
Hey,
rooster that woke me up at like, but the rooster was unattended in a
there
parking.
was a rooster
There's
chained to
always a
somebody
rooster, but nobody
in
somebody,
caught
front of the
the
house. In
somebody,
rooster.
front of the
And
house.
whose rooster is it?
There was a swan.
some,
Like when I first moved into El Monte, there was somebody's swan just walking in the
yeah,
yard. Somebody with a
yeah,
swan. I'm like, what is a swan doing in the hood right now?
Bro, that
Like,
sound like
yeah,
Florida.
I ain't even mad at it.
yeah.
That sound like
I didn't show.
alligators,
I don't know if I
swans,
showed you that.
cranes, big ass
I
birds.
lived in the city all my life, and then I was sick. I fell asleep, and we were moving. I woke up in the desert. I was like, "Mom, where the fuck are we?" I was like 15. I was like, "What is this?" And I was like sick, and I wasn't feeling well. I was like, "What?" She's like, "All right, you got to go to school." And I just saw cactuses everywhere and like Joshua trees, right? And then I like go to this high school.
Damn.
And like all these people show up. I was like, are they behind cactuses? Like, how did they get here? Like, where did you people come from? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I lived in Palmdale, bro. I lived in Lancaster. Yeah, Palmdale, come back
Damn.
to me.
That's a
Yo,
long
that place
drive.
is
That is
desolate.
definitely
Like,
a long drive.
yeah, I'm
And the
not gonna
name
get
is
into it.
deceptive. The name is deceptive.
And then I lived in a place called Lake LA, and like I went on a bus, and this homeless dude was on the bus. He goes, "What are you, the princess of Lake LA? Huh? What are you, the princess of Lake LA?" He goes, "You see this G?" He shows me his tattoo of a G. He goes, "You see this W?" He goes, "I'm George Washington. I'm on the four corners of the dollar bill." Huh?
Wow.
I was like, "What?
Get that man some help.
You see that G?
Mhm.
You see that W? I'm
You got,
George
man.
Washington." Anyways,
You said bounce houses and kids party. That sound like here, except it's bachata and reggaeton and
so
dembow.
Drew, he's over there in Florida, so he's got the Cubans, he's got the fucking
Puerto Ricans, Dominicans.
Different vibe, but similar.
That was a cool culture shock for me when I was driving
all
Uber. I picked
neighbors.
up like Venezuelan waitresses and stuff. They're like, oh no, I gotta go to work, it's a lot to live here. And I was like, and I picked up this like Jamaican lady like talking about someone in the hospital. I was driving Uber and picked up, that girl don't have the Holy Spirit. No, she don't have the Holy Spirit. I was like, what? So yeah, Florida was a trip to Uber. I should be making video vlogs of my crazy fucking passengers.
You should.
I know.
Because you had the stories on deck.
I do. She'd be like, they don't have the Holy Spirit. I don't know what to do with them. Okay. All right. Next question. Mick, take it for us. Go ahead.
Who are the top 3 artists you would want to tour with?
Top 3 artists? Is that like alive, dead, or like right now, or what do you think?
Oh,
surprise us.
Hold on. No. Do alive and then do like it doesn't matter, like dead, whoever.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, right now, and then whoever.
Whoever. All right, right now.
So that's 6 total then.
Yeah.
Damn, right now. I mean, let's see. Right now, I think I would love to tour with like $500,000. Hit Boy and Dom. That'd be pretty tight.
I love Dom Kennedy.
You know what I mean? That would be pretty crazy. Who else? I mean, guys like, the Gay back in the day, like that would have been like back in like 07, 06, like damn, that would have been like that would have been more than just Kanye. That would have been more than just
that was Graduation. That's when Graduation came out.
Yeah.
That was the only album that really hit me and affected me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro. Graduation was my favorite for a while, but Late Registration has a spot in my heart.
Drive slow, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Drive slow, homie.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Texas because that's where I'm from.
If I could though, man, I would love to tour with Michael Jackson. Obviously, that's not gonna happen, but that would be lit.
You could tour in his hologram.
Damn.
You can put that on your resume. Like I opened
up for a hologram. You know what I mean? Like, we out here, Albuquerque. What's up?
That'd be awesome to see.
But yeah, man, just people like that. Biggie, that would be crazy. That would have been like I feel like the swags, man. Just people be like screaming, just.
You got 2 more, I think. 2 more.
Let's see, Kendrick, right? Don't forget to mention that. One more.
Uno más. ¿Quién es? Dime ahora. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say I would like to tour in the 80s or the 90s. There's no one particular, but like somebody like just getting experience of what tour life was like back then.
Oh yeah.
Without the social media,
you actually have to huff it and floor it and whatnot.
Yeah, and people really like, they really fuck with you. It's not like, oh, like the internet. You know what I mean? Like you had to really like have something for them to even like.
Back when I bought a CD and listened to a nigga 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that you popped it in and boom,
it's still skipped. And it's still skipped, even though it said anti-skip.
You were afraid to get scratches, and then you had the rebuffer thing with the CDs.
Yo, if you lost a CD case, you murdering somebody.
Yeah,
bruh.
Or you had the big ass binder with all the little jackets.
Yeah.
We're so dated. I love it. We're like CD jackets, and then whoever's oh no!
I don't remember that one.
CD jackets. Oh damn! You took me to my childhood.
No, you did not.
CD jacket. Goddamn.
Where the hey? Pull out the Walkman. Nah.
Oh,
initially
Hold
got
on,
this
hold on.
because I
Bring it
wanted a
back, bring it back.
sample.
I need a screenshot. Bring it back. 3,
Damn.
2,
Kids are gonna be like,
All right,
be
I got a
like,
screenshot. Perfect.
what's that UFO in his hand?
Did you guys ever have a sidekick? Do you guys remember the sidekick phone that would flip and then text and then?
I was
I had them shits. I had the sidekick 1, the 2.
That shit was fun to text. Those were fun. You're like, blah, blah, blah.
I was lying on that thing, boy.
I had a Sony Walkman phone with the best audio ever. That was a little black and orange phone that glowed on the sides, and then the sidekick. And those shits.
Oh, girl, you was rich.
Oh, okay. I was rich. Okay, sorry. I'm flexing on my phone shit. Okay. Okay, next question, because he thinks I'm flexing. Okay. All right, take it.
All right, yeah, this is definitely because I know I with me it's back and forth, but do you write lyrics first or music? How does it happen for you in the creation process?
You know, I'm gonna say that through the progression, through the years that I've worked with making music, it changes. So I'm gonna say it's both. You know, I really love the approach of writing your raps on a paper because you can really go in depth with like your rhyme scheme and the pockets and like how you want to hit it. You know, on the phone it's really good to get an idea, but you know, with the pen and paper, nothing beats that. So
yeah, well, the cross
it
things
changes.
out and see.
Yep, it changes things, but you know, it's like, let's say I got a beat and it has that emotion that I want to like, you know, execute right now. Then I'll write an idea down, or you know, if I wanted to go a little more deeper with like a subject matter that I want to get my point across, then I'll like have the topic down and I'll write maybe like 1 or 2 lines, and then once I find the instrumental to capture that emotion, I'll go back and I'll just start adding. So I would say it's both throughout the years.
Definitely. I feel like, I mean, for me, I used to like make the beat, then I try to like write lyrics to it. But then I started like purposely rapping on other producers' beats. So then it's like beat and write lyrics to someone else's. And then I like sometimes like you have like the drums and like maybe part of the melody, and then you like have stuff written to it, but then you build the beat around the words as you write it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, and then now I've been doing a lot more stuff where like I maybe write if 100% is the full song, I maybe write 25%, and then I get in the booth and then I work it out as I go, and then like do the Lil Wayne joint back in the day where it record a little bit, stop, listen back, go to the next part, and then like I've done it like it took maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours where I finished songs like that like multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Irek is a complete beast. He mixes anime and hip hop, and he has a like humongous following. So in case you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, man. I dropped you a follow. I'll be going through liking your stuff. I definitely always listen to artists we have.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this. I really appreciate how you let your beats breathe with your lyrics.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like sometimes that's a lot of art. Sometimes when people can rap, they try to, and then sometimes people like try to like let the song breathe because they're masking the fact that they're not really strong lyrically. But I feel like you do a good balance of letting the beat breathe and then coming in with your lyrics like that's the stuff that makes me feel like it's a very chill kickback vibe.
Yeah, I think that element is like kind of like in the mixture lost because you know with I noticed that a lot of rappers, they just like, it's one thing to be like, all right, I'm gonna rap the whole song, that's dope, and you know sometimes you want to that you know the song might be it, but sometimes you gotta let the instrumental talk, you know, like you said.
Yeah, because
like
sometimes
breathing.
if you go to hip hop shows, like you hear the music, you love it, you listen to it, and then you see them doing a performance, and you're like, you're not even intrigued because you can't even hear them because they're rapping the entire time and you can't catch on. So I it's interesting because I saw
that's if you're dealing with bad sound, and
that too.
And if they're doing this shit, of course you're not gonna hear anything. You're just gonna if you hold it like this, like from the bass, then you can hear it. But like that's I ain't gotta tell you that.
Well, I don't know. I saw Aesop Rocky or Aesop Rock. He's the white
Which
one.
one? Which one?
Aesop
Which
Rock.
No,
which one?
Aesop,
Is
the
it-
white one.
The one that raps like a whole bunch of words.
Yes, I saw him
Aesop
live.
Rock.
It was really
Aesop
weird.
Rock.
Aesop Rock. I saw him live, and he was like, I was not impressed. And then it was really weird because when he freestyled, I was like, okay, this is what I paid for. You know what I mean? And then when he was doing his set, I was like, "You're."
It depends because some impact gets taken away from a live performance. Like because I saw Aesop Rock perform at the Novo with Bus Driver and Homeboy Sandman, and
Bus Driver was all right. I saw him too.
yeah, I got late to his
but I
set
saw
because of a bus driver. But like, yeah, like when you have somebody who's like the music is very heady, sometimes it doesn't translate well on the stage because your brain has already developed a certain expectation of how things are going to be, you know, and sometimes, you know, the performance is very minimal. It doesn't have all this stuff to engage you because not everybody needs that. Like, you know, Tech Nine, for example, he has a huge backdrop because that's his thing. He has to get people
He
in.
is the best performer I have ever seen. Like
with
he
drummers,
makes the
guitar,
crowd
DJ,
go
background
wild.
singers, and doing freaking like cardio on stage. The point is, it really depends.
He's like, "Oh, areola, areola," and the girl's just like, "Ah!" I'm sorry, I've seen him so many times, and I'll do it again. I was just like, it's just
the one thing I'll also say is that like when it comes to performance, not everybody knows how to bring what they put into the studio on stage.
Yeah.
I know,
real.
yeah, and like, you know, that's with everybody. Like there's experimental artists who I listen to who I'm just like, I don't know if I would like this live. Or I'll hear a song, I'll be like, you know, I'm not feeling it. But if I was there at the show, I would be feeling it. So it's weird. It's weird when it comes to like how you take in the music and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
I think like sometimes people make like I feel like I make a lot of different styles of rap. So like I definitely know if I like made some shit that's like this is headphones music, like this will be dope in your headphones. Or if I make some shit with like, nah, this is a ballad, this is like a chant shit, like I need a crowd with me and we're gonna do this on stage and it's a squad thing. You just gotta know what type of song you're making, I feel like too.
And also like certain artists prefer not to perform certain songs because it doesn't translate well. You know? Like
okay. Y'all ready for a music video?
Yes, let's do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. This is Things Will Never Be the Same. Dru Lira here on Stay Woke or Not. You guys can mute up, por favor.
Nothing lasts forever, but we can sure make it feel like it will be forever. Things are never gonna be the same. Things are never gonna be the same. Stuck in my locker room. Sometimes I don't feel like I wanna go outside. People say they love me, but I know they always lie. Put a mask in front of me, they only tryna hide. But one day I'ma break out with these wings, I'm gonna fly. Gonna fly. Things are never gonna be the same. Things are never gonna be the same. Laid up in the mic booth, I got so much much in my mind. Can't see what is going fine. I gotta move past this lifeline.
What it do? This was Things Will Never Be the Same. Dru Lira here on Stay Woke or Not. Okay, I have a question. Can you give us a little behind the scenes with the song Things Will Never Be the Same?
Man, so I had that beat. I made that beat probably like 2 years ago, like maybe like in the middle of the early pandemic time. And once I had the instrumental down, I was like, man, like this is like larger than life. Like that's like I love that stuff. And once I like had that thought process of like, oh yeah, I could really, talk about a subject or at least an emotion that is very like therapeutic, but like it is what it is because in life everything is like temporary. You know what I'm saying? Like, like something goes up must come down. So that's kind of like what the message was when I was creating that behind the scenes. It was just like really me in the studio, having that thought process and just being comfortable, but also just like like it is what it is, but we can like just focus on the present.
As you can tell, I'm trying to get a name.
For what? Wait, for what though?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Like, who was it that is it about? Was like my question. Like,
I know how she want. Hey, she want all the tea.
I want the names. I want the juice. I was like,
Like, who inspired this song?
That's why I decided to play that.
It sounds like it sounds like it could be a song that's just about you, or it could be about somebody else. If that makes any sense. Because I'm getting it because a lot of what you do is about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah. Right now it's very I say like my early career is like very straightforward because I'm really trying to get better at my pen. So right now it's a lot of it is like where I'm at because it's like that's like this is like the part of the journey, this is the start of the journey. So
yeah,
there's not really a particular somebody. There's not really a particular somebody from that. There's just a lot of, experience that you go through. It could be a combination of many things, So that's kind of like what it is.
You're a great politician. On to the next fucking question.
You want me to crack?
I'm just fucking with you, man. All right. Next question. Is you Nick, take it for me.
Is your stage persona different or the same from the person at home?
Ooh. So is that like the Dru Lira, artist, that the people that see me, and then the person that I'm at home is just like I guess like my real name, like, oh, this is like who I am. Like, is that like the question of like saying, oh, like, is it the same person or different, right?
It's kind of like that. It's like, a lot of people when they go on stage, they have to get into a character. And then sometimes what'll happen is like that energy that you bring on stage would be like 10 times different from the energy that you have when you're just a person and you're not an artist. You never stop being an artist, but like
I would say it brings a different side of me, because when I'm on stage, it's very vulnerable. Like I'm really out there showing myself. So I'd say on stage, I'm like, there's something that takes over me that I'm just going out there and like giving it all, whether it's the energy or like stage presence, crowd control, whatever it is. I would say it's a little different than like, somebody like when I'm at the house, just kind of laying back, researching, studying. It's definitely different. I say I'm more calm and collective when I'm in, inside versus when I'm outside. I'm like more, enthusiastic, maybe like more open to like start spontaneous conversations.
More outgoing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm outgoing overall, but when I'm on stage, it's like I'm presenting myself.
I've had
this person.
I've had like scenarios where I've performed at like open mic nights, and as soon as I'm done, like, and I gave all my effort, for whatever reason, I feel like I want to leave after I'm done because I'm just like, now I have to just be a person. I don't want to talk about my performance because in my head I'm egotistical. Like,
Right.
Yo, you want to hear the best compliment I ever got? So I was freestyling and I did a really good hook. I was like, I kick my boots at the end of the night. Yeah, you gone, da 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 da, right? So this guy comes up to me and he goes, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from, but I don't like you. I was like, damn. I was like, okay. That was
There you
kind of
go.
the best compliment I ever got. I was like, he goes, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from, but I don't like you. I was like, all right, noted.
Yeah.
But I totally understand what you mean, Mick. When like, you know, and I've hosted like a women's panel for film. And it was funny, I was on stage and then I was introducing everybody. And it's funny, my mom walked through the door. It's the funniest part about particular. Ow! What are you doing?
I mean,
Ow. Who's cracking?
I think it's direct.
I'm sorry.
He takes it back.
The funniest thing about this particular scenario is this place fired me at General Assembly. I worked there 2 years prior, and then I hosted an all women's panel 2 years later. So it was the best feeling ever. I was like, yeah, fuck you guys, you fired me. So I'm hosting an all women's panel. I announce when my mom walks through the door, but then after you're done hosting, you want to be done. Like, I don't want to network after. I don't want to talk to people after because you're like, okay, I did my thing. So I totally get what you mean by just kind of being like, all right.
Because it's like, I feel, because part of me feels like, and this is just like an insecurity thing and like, you know, the over analytical brain, my head is thinking, I'm like, if I talk to somebody after I perform, then that means that I want them to say how I did. If that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I'm trying to, and when you're trying to break that sense of that need of validation from other people, it's a delicate balance that you have to play. So I guess all artists go through that at some point, like, you know,
Yeah.
like depending on where you're at in your journey. So
Yeah. All right, y'all ready for the next question? Iraq, take it away.
All right. So when people listen to your music, who do they say you sound like? What artist comparisons have you received?
Subconsciously, we're all kind of influenced by somebody.
Right.
For me, though, I think people say that, oh, like I could hear like the early Kanye, I could hear like the Cudi, I could hear the Dom, the West Coast vibe. You know, I could hear like, you know, when you're on that rap, like I could hear like that deep tone from like somebody from Cali. But then when you do the harmonies, like, you know, I could hear like the MJ or like the Cudi or, you know, melodically. You know, I say like something like that, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then I guess all in all, we're on to the last question, unless there's any more questions from anybody else. This is coming from me. Do you find yourself influencing people through your music?
Yeah. Especially now, because I've reached that point in my journey where I've progressed enough to, you know, been able to make more music that's like, you know, inspiring and influencing whoever gets a chance to listen to it, whether on Instagram or people in person. You know, I've seen it. You know, I've had people hit me up through the IG. I've had people hit me up through just like being around out and about in LA. So I would say right now it's starting to pick up a lot more than it did like years ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you quantify influence? Like what? That was like more so a question to like Dahlia. Like,
oh, I just what I meant was like what I meant was when I see his music videos and like I see that you're a firm believer in, you know, in my opinion, you believe in God, and I see that, and I was like, all right, so he's a rapper and he's showing where his faith is based, and I was like, all right, cool. So like, do people kind of come to you to kind of hear what you have to say about life? That's kind of what I was meaning.
Oh yeah, I'll say yeah. I could feel that. I could feel that. It's not they don't tell me necessarily something specific, but I could see that coming from somebody that you know that sees me when I'm presenting a new product. You know, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I saw that. So I think that's cool, and I appreciate that. You know, like a lot. I don't know. It's like we live in a world where it's cool to be, you know, anti whatever. You know what I mean? But you're like, no, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Take it for what it is, you know, and I appreciate that. That's where I was coming from that one. And then Kadeem has a question. Welcome. He's part of Stay Woke or Not. What's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
Can I share mine when after he goes? Because I feel like that's a great question.
Yes, I choose you. Yes, you can go right after.
Man, what's the best piece of advice? Don't take anyone's advice. Nah.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
I'm gonna say that's the biggest one, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not. I'll say like it's not really nobody's job to teach you how to do something, but you know, if you can and you have that willpower to learn, use it.
Okay, take it, Iraq.
Okay, so I actually got this from a graffiti artist because this is back when I was like constipated as an artist. So I wasn't creating like how I wanted to, but I knew I had it all in me. So he was like, I was just talking to him because like that's my background is in doing like visual arts. So like I talk to artists for inspiration, and that's like I mostly follow is like artists on Instagram. But he was like, he's a graffiti artist. He has an unconventional style. And then like how he does his throw ups and his tags and all of this is it's all against the rules, but like he makes cool art doing it this very unorthodox way. And then so he told me like I mean, yeah, it sucked at first being like different and doing this, but but the one thing that he said to me and this sticks out in my mind till today is unconventionality is actually the pathway to popularity. So like by sticking out is how you will actually be noticed to become popular. So like if you're doing something that's like weird and zany, but it's like it sets you apart, it's okay to embrace that because that will lead you to popularity.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
I think, Iraq, you've taken that advice. You are absolutely zany.
Yeah, I'm definitely a weird face.
Yeah, Drew, I'm gonna send you their music after, so you'd be like, okay, yeah, she right.
Yeah.
All right, well, that wraps up Music Monday. Do you guys have any things you guys want to say?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Shout out to all my Dominicans. Shout out to all my Nigerians.
Shout out to all of the counterparts that are listed on my ancestry report. All of y'all.
Okay.
Okay, Drew, you got any shout outs?
Shout out to the girl that's still down for me.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
She wants the tea already. I see it in her eye.
Yeah. She wants something, man. I told her, man. You know, gotta give me some time.
It's a recession. Yeah. You gotta chill.
It's a recession. It's a recession.
Rain,
go away.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Stay Woke or Not. Y'all know what time it is. Stay woke or not.